because I cannot deal with this. I don't want to just sit home. I was born to sing, and what am I going to do?
It hurt. I talked to my family, and I have a brother next to me is a preacher, and I would call him, I would talk to him, and he told me, he said, brother, he said, I can't help you there. He said, the only thing you're going to do, you're going to turn it all over to the Lord. He said, you're going to make up your mind.
Did you have any money? I mean, you all made pretty good, didn't you?
Yeah. But see, I have a little charter bus thing, so I wasn't hurt. I had something to do, you know. So I just stayed home and took care of my business. See, and that's what I did.
But that's after being on the road for 20 years now. All of a sudden, you're sitting home running the bus company, missing the excitement of the relationship with an audience.
Yeah. And my audience didn't want me to be there. They would call me, promoters would call me. I won't know what I'm going to do. And I decided, I said, well, I'm going to get some new fellas. And these young men that I have, I've been knowing them all their lives, the musicians, most of them. It's three brothers, drummer, David Talley, Kenneth Earl Talley, and Shelton Talley. So I've been knowing those young men ever since they was kids, and everything they all known was nothing but a keynote.
And that's all. Was there anybody else out of Tyler, Texas, besides the keynote?
No.
All right.
No one. And say, but one, Robert Williams, my tenor singer,
right.
He didn't leave. See, so I still had him. He never left me.
So, out of all the ones that did leave, I didn't know whether you had gotten rid of them or you just walked away or whatever, but
I left.
You left them.
I left. Be very honest.
So, but you had a bus. Whose bus was it?
It was the group I gave it to.
You gave them the bus?
I gave them the bus.
With your name on the side of the bus?
And give them all the equipment and everything.
You know, this is a real test of your faith, to give up, to walk away from all that that you had built up, that you had earned, and to just walk away. I would have had to take a paint and took my name off. Willie Neal. I would have taken Willie Neal off.
Right, but what happened though, they didn't keep the bus. They gave it back to them, and so I ended up with the bus back, and it wasn't long.
See, you got to have a foundation. Everybody's not born to be a leader.
That's true.
And you can get out there for a while because you can sing, and you might make it for a while. But after a while, somebody's got to take care of business. Somebody's got to have a business head. Somebody's got to know how to talk to the promoter, how to talk to the motel people. There's business to take care of. It ain't just singing. It's business.
Singing is 40%.
That's all. And if you can't handle the rest of it, you're going to fall down on your face.
That's correct.
And you will not last.
It won't last. It won't last. But the Lord just blessed me then and put the so the company started after me then to record. And I found those two young men. And Robert told me that he was with me, and I started to search for other people.
Do you get letters from people? I want to be a keynote. Here's a cassette. I can sing like so and so.
Sure. And Robert Plopper got a whole book of new little keynotes. I said I play guitar. I sang tenor. I sang baritone. I could be a good lead singer. That's all over the country. And that's everywhere I go.
God always has a Raymond Bush.
You'll hear me say it.
I don't care how great you think you are.
There's somebody
out there just waiting.
Just waiting.
That's all.
And
with a sincere heart.
That's right. And that's what happened to us. Because when we put the record out, and when they got ready to do the recording, they asked me, they said, what do you want to do? I said, I want to record. He said, we want you to record live. He said, what do you want to do with it? I said, at home. He said, home? I said, I want to go home and do it. He said, well, Tyler wasn't that big. So why not go to Dallas? That's what he said. I said, I don't live in Dallas. I said, I live in Dallas, Texas. He said, well, if that's your wish, we're going to give it to you. But they spent some big time on it.
Now, this was the first album with the new group. And what was the name of it?
Country Boy Goes Home.
You mean, he brought joy to my soul. Don't wait for the hearse to carry, Fred Handy's favorite song. Don't wait for the hearse to carry the church.
Yeah.
That was the first one with the new keynotes.
That's the first one. And it would be.
That's hot. And you got a video too, right?
Yeah, and the video, It's the biggest one that they've had at Malaco. And Frank told me the week before he died.
So do you think that the people who have watched you down through the years, who may not know the details of what happened, but know what you've been through, because now, as soon as they introduce you, and for the past 2 times I've been with you, all they got to do is say Willie Neal, and before they can say Johnson, the whole church is standing up on their feet.
Yeah. And I give God all the praise. I give God praise. I have a lot of, I listen to my public. And me in the Mighty Clouds of Joy, I was in Raleigh in May. And the program was over. And it was 2 gentlemen, I don't know who they were. And at our bus, I was standing out. And I guess I had 20, 25 people around me. And they were just laughing and talking with me. So these 2 gentlemen was on their way home, had to be. And so one of them said, wait a minute, let me show you something. He said, do you know why he talking about him and his public come to see Willie? He said, look what he's doing. You ain't gonna see nobody do what he's doing. He said, now, he don't have to do what he's doing. I was out there, he said, look at him shaking hands with everybody. He said, that's why we come. That's why he said he come see him. He said, well, I'll always come to see him because the way he is. That's what helped me.
But don't most of the groups do that now?
No.
Most of the quartets group, I mean. The other ones don't, but the quartet group,
No.
I know I've seen the Soul Stirrers. You
Yeah.
can talk to Martin, you can talk to Willie,
Yeah.
Spencer
But
Taylor.
A lot of them don't do. A lot of big names.
Really? Wait a minute. What do you mean big names? How many big names do you have? There are a lot of them, but I don't know. I thought it was just with the choir people.
No,
I didn't know it was with the quartet.
No, some don't. But the most of us do.
I guess the older ones, because the Swannies, you can sure talk to them.
All the old.
Angelics, a lot of these,
Yeah.
they out there selling their records. You go out there and you talk with them.
All the old ones, most of the old ones do.
You better stay humble because you will not always be on top.
That's what.
And good public relations can keep you going when you ain't got a record.
That's what happened. Praise the Lord. You know what you're saying. That's what happened to me.
You can still work without a record.
That's true. Yeah.
The Harm Nothing Force still working.
And they're going to always work.
Still work.
Always work.
It's amazing how the longevity of some of the birds,
See,
Falconers,
yeah.
Jews.
Nightingale.
Yeah.
See, the Dix Hummingbirds, when they heard us, when we sang at Washington Temple, they was on the program. And they taken me, I would always go into the room of wherever older group were.
That's right.
That's where I got all my knowledge from.
You're smart.
Someone started where I was,
That's right.
and they don't know. But what I need to know and learn, I got to go to somebody been doing it or paved the way for me.
That's right.
And I would always go into Nightingale. I love June Cheek. And then Dixon Hummingbird, the Swan, all the, they had wherever they had to tell me, get away.
When's the last time you seen Jeter?
I hadn't seen him there in quite a few years.
I was with them. I emceed a program at a college in Philly last winter, and Lewis was still alive, and the other fellows they were, I don't know who they were, but they sounded just like the old Swans.
No, they didn't.
The 2 of them worked that auditorium, just the 2 of them. What an experience! I tell you, I'm just sorry I didn't have a cassette with me. But to see them both together again, and the Birds were on the program. And what was funny was Paul was with Paul Owens was singing with the Birds,
Yeah, that's right.
And I said, now God, and if he would sneak back there and sing with them,
Wouldn't that be something?
that was one hot group. I'm telling you,
Sweet as harmony.
Sweetest harmony. I could listen to them all day and all night. Beautiful harmony. What's ahead for you now? Well, have you been overseas?
No, I hadn't.